Yeah, I mean, it's March. I just told them in the locker room, I said, it doesn't have to be pretty. I said, all you got to do is win by one more point. And that's, the epitome, I think, of March Madness. So really proud of these guys. I said to them, the other day when we were prepping after we beat Maine 2 weeks ago, these guys could have folded. We had a rough road trip with NJIT and UMBC, and they came back and refocused and really came together. And I couldn't be more proud of this group. I told them back in August when they reported for campus for the end of summer, beginning of fall workouts. I said, we have enough talent in this room to win an America East championship. I said, these guys just need to believe it. And it took some bumps and bruises along the way, but I'm really happy that it's finally starting to click right now. And these two are a big part of that reason.
We'll do questions for Nia.
Nia, when you sat with 4 fouls there at the end, what was going through your mind?
Honestly, not much. I had complete faith in my girls. I know that anyone coming in for me off the bench is going to have my back no matter what. I don't do anything that I do on the court without them, so complete confidence in everyone.
Mimi, what does it mean just for you and for this team to get this victory here in the postseason?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, our message in the locker room was playoffs. The playoffs don't care. So it doesn't matter what seed you're in. If you're hurting, you just got to come and do what you do each and every day. And I feel like we did that today, and you got to be desperate to win. So I feel like we're where we want it bad. So I'm really, really proud of us.
Nia, just how would you assess your game over the last couple of weeks? It seems like you're playing your best basketball of the season at exactly the right time.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely feeling confident in myself. And again, I give it all to my coaches and my teammates. They're always hyping me up in practices all the time. They're building that confidence in me. So definitely playing more confident. Obviously, seeing the ball go in the hoop definitely helps. So I do nothing without them. They've just put their faith in me, and I'm giving it right back.
Yeah, last year in the postseason, what happened here, did that motivate you to get this victory anymore?
100%. I told the girls in the locker room, this was our redemption game for everyone that was here last year, obviously, and we knew this was big. I feel like it was meant to be, honestly, to have this game, and to be able to turn that around and have a different outcome this year definitely feels good.
Maybe just last year at Fairfield, you're part of something so special, but you're not able to get on the court. But you got a taste of what the conference championship and NCAA tournament feels like. Just how much were you looking forward to getting into the tournament setting and actually being able to be out there this time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously it was hard not playing, but I stayed patient, stayed focused, and I was like, my time will come. And when I came here to Bryant, I believed in the vision. I believe we can get back there. So yeah, it was super, super cool. We got our first win today, and I'm excited to keep this thing going. We're not done yet, so.
What did you see from yourself and from your entire team when it got close there?
Yeah, it's funny. I was telling the girls in the locker room, even when it got really close, I think some of us looked at the scoreboard and was like, whoa, we didn't feel like it was close. We didn't shake. We didn't doubt ourselves. We felt like we had that game. So really, really proud of us for staying composed, staying confident. Yeah.
All right, you guys are good?
Thank
Good job,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks to the finish. Was the clock going slow at that point because you are leading fairly comfortably, and they make a run to come back?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They're very good. I mean, that's how they sped up Maine. They had such a great game against them, and got nail bit there. So I knew it was coming. We were prepared for it. I just think, you are never truly prepared for a run and jump when it comes at random times and whatnot. And we just had to stay composed. And, once we kind of got off the sidelines and, broke it over half court, we were fine. But, yes, it did get a little scary, and that clock never moves quick enough when, yes, you're up. And I looked at that. I think, what was it? It was 14 at one point. Man. So...
After last year, did you talk to the team at all about that, just to get them ready for what might come in the playoffs this year, coming here?
It's funny, I didn't. We didn't talk at all about last year. We're a completely different team. There's only 6 returners from last year's team, and those guys were all freshmen. So we really just continue, and as we've talked about all season, one game at a time. one practice at a time. Let's get better today. Let's dial in. And I didn't really talk about the playoffs until today when I said the playoffs don't care. I said the playoffs don't care if you're hurt, if you're sore, what you did earlier today, if you didn't get enough sleep last night. I said they don't care who was on an all-conference team. I said the difference between that and how we can combat it, I said, is all the little things, the details, the hustle plays, the rebounding, the things like that. So no, we didn't talk about the playoffs. And I hate the whole, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Well, it's March. Anything can happen, yes. And that's why I said it's just going to be the better team on that day.
You got off to a good start. You saw the ball go through the basket early, and then the third quarter was spectacular in terms of your offensive execution and your ability to just find open shots there. Just how proud were you watching those 10 minutes at that end of the floor?
Yeah, I thought we came out firing, and we talk about, our defense and getting stops. And I think once we can string multiple stops in a row and then see the ball go through the net, we feel good about ourselves. We talked about moving the ball. I thought we got a little stagnant there towards the end of the second quarter. But we're going to rely on our defense. And I told them if we can rebound the basketball, we can play with the best of them in this conference. So, and we've done that. And so that's kind of been our big focus along with our defense. Wasn't happy towards the end there, defending, and we put them to the free throw line way too many times. They were, 24 for 28. That's not a stat. We're lucky to come out of this basketball game given that stat.
To win a playoff game, your alma mater, this program, what's that mean?
It means everything. When I interviewed for the job, I remember when President Gattel asked me, why do you want to be back here? I said, why not? I said, I love this place. To be able to represent Bryant wholeheartedly, it's just so special to me. I loved it when I was here as a player. I've loved it every time I've came back and visited Bryant. And I love it to this day. You drive on campus every day, and it's home. It's home for me. So this is truly special.
Mia was scoreless, and you inbounded to her really with no hesitation there to shoot the big free throws. Was that play for her? Was that the desire?
Absolutely.
You want her to get the ball?
Absolutely. And one of my assistants looked at me, and she said, Mia's been cold all day. I said, no, go to her. I had complete faith in Mia Mancini, and that's what she does. It's been a hard year for her, coming off a Rookie of the Year season. So I'm happy to see her be successful in these moments. They say sophomore year is very, very hard. I've talked to a couple other coaches in the league that's had it. I've tried to really keep her up and stay positive with her. And she's had her fair share of ups and downs. But, as I told her and Breezy Williams, free throws in March win basketball games, and both of them made big free throws down the end.
For Mia, it's not like you have to run a ton of plays for her. She'll make her own, essentially. How much do you lean on that? How much does that help you in these big games?
You can always count on her to show up and play unbelievably hard. And that's what she does day in and day out in practice as well. So that's a mainstay for her. But she's going to get hustle plays. She's going to get rebound putbacks. She's going to, duck in hard. I'm just beyond proud of her. The development she's had from last year to this year is night and day. And she's put in the work. And she's so dedicated, and she's a great person, a great teammate. So it's hard not to be happy for her.
As you look down the road, looks like Vermont's winning right now, but just the rest of the conference down the road, what do you see in terms of what you need to do to continue this?
I think we need to continue to stick together and continue to be who we are. I think the team that you guys have seen in the last 2 to 3 weeks is the team that I've talked about since this year started. And I'm glad that, everyone else is finally seeing it come to fruition. And that's why I think it was a little frustrating here and there in December. It was a little frustrating. We took some lumps in January as well. But like I said, I think I said this a couple weeks ago to media. No one's seen our best basketball yet, and I think the last couple of weeks you've been seeing it. So it makes me really happy and proud as a coach.
Albany got you twice, but the other 2 teams were left, Maine and Vermont. You've beaten them recently. I know it's a different setting with postseason and one and done, but how much value in that?
Yeah, I mean, we went up to Vermont and Maine in January. We played them in our first 4 games, and they demolished us, both of them. And we didn't play our best basketball at all, and came back, and I said, we'll have another shot at them. And thankfully, it was in February when we're playing better. And when we beat Vermont, I think this team finally realized, you can play with some of the best teams in the league. And that's what us as coaches have been continually trying to, tell them, like, no, we can be one of the top teams. So I think that's great confidence. And I truly believe anyone can win on any given night, especially now in March. And again, I think we gave Albany a great game up there as well. So much respect to those programs. I mean, they win on the regular, but it's nice to make a little noise.